It's the 6th round of the year for the 750 Motor Club Stock Cat Championship, and the red lights here at Cadwell Park are going to go on, and then they go out now. The race gets underway. We're on board with Paul Jarvis, who makes a pretty even start to the cars around him. On the grass there, Nick Fortin-Jones on the left hand side of the circuit as he squeezes up on the inside of a couple of cars as they head down into Coppice. And Paul Jarvis trying to pick up a place there into Coppice as well. Everybody heads into Charlie's then, and they're just about making it through on the first lap of this race. And it is Matt Digby that leads there, Cooper in second, Ward there in third, Tom Bell looked like was fourth as they now head up the hill towards Park Corner. Nick Fortin-Jones having a real go at, is that Andrew Tibbs? They're in the 6th position. They turn through Park Corner and they head now down towards, through Chris Curve, down towards the gooseneck. Digby starts to pull off a lead already. He won the first race of the day, or first race of the weekend I should say, as they go now through the gooseneck and down the hill. Somebody flicked up a corner marker. It was actually Jake Farndon who was in 6th position. That's Terry Rowton just in front of him. We dive on the inside with Paul Jarvis trying to get past Pip Hammond. Wasn't able to do that. Pip Hammond returning to the championship this weekend after trying to get his car fixed from Silverstone. He wasn't happy with the car, so he took Brands Hatch off. He's back here this weekend and running at the moment around the top 10. So they go over the top of the mountain, then down towards Hall Bend for the first time. Nobody making a brave dart up on the inside on this first lap of the 13 minutes plus 1 lap race. Paul Jarvis, as ever, using lots of courtesy to Paul Bend now. Having a little think about getting past Hammond at the Hammond, decides against it, rides over the curves, and then down towards Barn Corner we go then. We're about to complete the first lap of the race again. Jarvis hits the apex nicely at the corner. Everybody made a step for Barbara Schilliker, who had rubbing bodywork on the tyre on the formation lap, so decided to pull it in the pits and hasn't gone back out. Otherwise, the rest of the field up there, Patrick Fletcher included, and an big off for Terry Rowton into the barriers. James Rowton has through Charlie's. Jake Farndon has been passed by Nick Fortin-Jones somewhere over the second half of the first lap of the race. And now there's a big gap from 5th to 6th, from 4th to 5th I should say, from Tom Bell to Nick Fortin-Jones. And can Farndon fight back? No, we can't. Big lock up there from Paul Jarvis, also from Sean Hagan. So head down to Chris Curve. On screen we see Nick Carter in the course ahead of 2 Saxos of Pip Hammond and Paul Jarvis. It's the top 3 head through the gooseneck. Digby with Cooper still there, then Ward, Bell, then a bit of a gap to Fortin-Jones and Fard, a bit of a gap to Carter, Hammond, and Jarvis, a bit of a gap to Hagan. Tibbs, as off the road goes, I think the Peugeot that was, of Andrew Thorpe, the 106 machine. Into Hall Bends for Paul Jarvis. He chases after the Pip Hammond Nick Carter battle. But when the corner marker sitting in the middle of the track there. Carter runs a bit wide through hairpin. Can Hammond have a go into Barn? No, he can't, as he now knocks one of the corner markers flying. They don't last very long here in the Deep Twigs and Yokohama Stock Catch Championship. To Coppice we go. Pip Hammond having a bit of a look at the course. They're really getting away down the straight. Go through the left-hander then. And up into Charlie's they go. First part of choice, and through the second part they will go, and it is still Carter ahead of Hammond, ahead of Jarvis, ahead of Hagan, ahead of Tibbs, and then we've got a very smoky number 63 machine. That is Philip Wright, and his car is pulling off out of the race by the looks of the things. So there's our first in the race retirement. That, like I say, is Philip Wright. Leaders through Gooseneck, then down the hill they come. Digby trying to break away now from Cooper. Then first real close battle coming down the hill. That's Andrew Tibbs up on the inside of Sean Hagan into Mansfield. He looked like he was going to have that one done. Stephen Powden there chasing after the championship leader, Joe Ferguson. But over the top of the mountain comes Paul Jarvis. He continues to chase Pip Hammond and Nick Carter. Hammond a lot quicker, it appears, than the courser through Hall Bend. What can he do into the hairpin? Well, nothing this time round. Then down towards Barn Corner. The only courser in the race, holding position ahead of Hammond. Onto the start line they go to complete yet another lap of this race. Digby then breaking away from Cooper, in turn breaking away from Ward, who is in turn breaking away from Bell. I think Fortin Jones and Farndon are going after them, and then Carter and Hammond absolutely knows as how the Stock Catch Class B, the classic Stock Catch champion from last year. Pip Hammond now draws up alongside Nick Carter. The two cars go side by side down the Park Straight, which then curves left before they get onto the brakes for Park Corner, and Pip Hammond makes it through. He gains a position ahead of the courser of Nick Carter. Nick Carter fights back into Gooseneck, round the outside he goes. Now good can Paul Jarvis do. He follows Pip Hammond here into the Gooseneck. That somebody's going to be side by side through here. They peer the other side. Jarvis couldn't make a way past Carter. And now he dives to the inside of Mansfield. Andrew Tibbs there as well, the four of them heading to Mansfield all as one. Now Jarvis drives over the inside of Carter, and he struggles on apex speed, and Tibbs goes through then. Andrew Tibbs is the person that gained a position, and of course Pip Hammond gained it all the way back at Park Corner. All that battling started back half a lap ago at Charlie's, where the good run out the corner for Pip Hammond, driven up alongside Nick Carter. And now Tibbs is trying to gain another position. You see on the right hand side of the circuit, another retirement in the last race. That's Patrick Fletcher, the 2011 champion. It's a double non-point score for him. He'll be hoping to count them as his two drop scores of the year. Down towards Park Corner, then Carter, Tibbs and Jarvis all together. Pip Hammond pulling away from the three of them. And now Andrew Tibbs looks very racy. He draws up alongside the courser of Nick Carter. The two cars cross the line side by side, and it looks like Tibbs is going to power up along through ahead of Carter before they head into Coppice Corner. So over the last lap, Andrew Tibbs has gained two positions. There's Pip Hammond then getting away, like I said. Now Paul Jarvis will be hoping to find a way past Carter. He almost did it at Mansfield last time, wasn't quite able to pull it off though. They're halfway through the race there or thereabouts, and the cars head up the hill then. We have a couple more cars joining in the battle, or one more car joining the battle. That's Sean Hagan as they turn through Park into Chris Curve. Tibbs starting to get away ever so slightly. They go through Gooseneck now then. What can Jarvis do about Nick Carter? Their fastest laps are almost identical. Sean Hagan, who's behind them, has a faster lap of about a tenth of a second. Andrew Tibbs is a whole second quicker than both of them. We're just seeing at the moment the pass that Pip Hammond managed to do on his rival Nick Carter as they headed up the Park Straight. He managed to have the inside line. Meanwhile, into Hall Bend, Nick Carter still being chased by Paul Jarvis. And onto the brakes for the hairpin. Fast up the race, come on lap 3. That was a 74 mph lap from Matt Digby, a 1 minute 46.40. That is quite, well, a couple of tenths slower than the earlier race. Right through then, Nick Fortin Jones clawed his way up to the car in front, so he'll be hoping to make an attack sooner than later. These guys are all starting to split up as well. There is Paul Jarvis, the number 12 Saxo. His best round this year was the earlier race where he finished in 8th position. As Joe Ferguson just going down and up the hill in the championship leader, number 34. 3 race wins this year for Ferguson. There's Cooper being chased hard by Warner. Then Bell and Forson Jones together. Jake Farndon closing them up. Jake Farndon, he won the first race at Brands Hatch rather convincingly. And then the other win so far, of course, coming from the race lead at the moment, Matt Digby, who's trying to make it a double. That'll be the second double of the year because the car that runs off the road there got the double at Silverstone, and that was Joe Ferguson. Stephen Powsland running slowly. He'll be heading into retirement. That would be a double retirement for Powsland this weekend. His best result come at Silverstone. He finished 15th. I think Silverstone has 3% for the year. Tom Bell then heads up the hill, as do the cars in front of him, going almost side by side as Martin Ward tries to gain the place from Rory Cooper to go second. He isn't able to quite do it at the moment. The guys nose the tail heading through Chris Curve then and down towards the gooseneck. That's where Matt Digby, our race leader, already is. Behind, Bell just holding up Forson Jones at the moment. Jake Farndon trying to close him in as well. Behind as well, I noticed, Pip Hammond starting to come under pressure from Andrew Tibbs. So the battle's all starting to come back to the race with just a couple of minutes left on the clock, and then of course the additional lap after that. And you can see Carter, Jarvis and Hagen all battling it out. That three-car scrap, we can ride in the middle of it with Paul Jarvis then as he heads down towards the mountain for yet another time. So on in front of us, Nick Carter in the Corsa. Had a few non-Saxo race cars this year. Jeff Humphries, who isn't here this weekend, in the 6 and C2, got the odd 106. I've got the MG Rover, Neil Trotter as well. Again, that's another car not here this weekend. The Vauxhall Astra we saw at Silverstone, and Mark Despong. Again, another car that is not here. So here at Cadwell Park, mainly all Saxos. There's Tom Bell then, still running third. Now he's starting to come back on. Now who will be lost? Got Carter, Bell, Forson Jones, Farndon. That means disappearing is the car that was running third. Martin Ward has dropped back. So there's Tom Bell running in third. Fortunately fourth. So head down to Gooseneck. Hopefully we'll be able to count Ward. That's the next Ward just ahead of Hammond and Tibbs. So obviously an off for him. Here they come down the hill, absolutely together. Martin Ward leading Pip Hammond and Andrew Tibbs. They all get on the brakes and for Mansfield. Then behind, Carter started to get away from Jarvis. They're locking up Sean Hagen on board with Pip Hammond. That's Stephen Powden car on the left hand side of the circuit. Over the top of the mountain we go then. Chasing after Martin Ward on board with Pip Hammond. Past Patrick Fletcher's car that's still sitting there at the side of the circuit. Then we'll go down towards the hairpin. So break through the right hand. Off the road, Nick Forson Jones. Off the road, Jake Farndon. So the two cars, or two more of the cars that were battling for second have gone. So the 5 cars that were battling for second all the way back to 6th, we only have 2 of them left. That's Rory Cooper and Tom Bell. So Matt Digby leads. Second is Cooper. Third is Nat Bell. Fourth is now Pip Hammond. Fifth is Andrew Tibbs. 6th, Martin Ward. 7th is Nick Carter. 8th is Paul Jarvis. 9th is Sean Hagen. 10th is Matt Fincham as they cross the line. Nick Forson Jones and Jake Farndon have both retired from the race. There's only 17 cars left in it now. So people that aren't having such good races, that's such as Terry Roughton, who had that spin earlier on. He runs in 13th. Oh, those guys retiring, otherwise he would have been 15th. of what is the last of the race. Matt Digby is heading towards the race victory and the fast lap. 4 points this weekend for Matt Digby, 2 fastest laps and 2 race wins for Digby in the Saxo. And then Rory Cooper will take what I think will be his best result of the year of a 2nd position. Tom Bell rounding off the podium. But all this still lead Joe Ferguson with the championship lead. Although it will be a much smaller margin than it was coming into the weekend. So let's take a look at the results then. It's Matt Digby that took the win by just under 1.5 seconds in the end to Rory Cooper. Tom Bell did finish 3rd. The best result of the year for Pip Hammond, finishing 4th, and 5th was Andrew Tibbs. And here's our championship then. Ferguson leads by 5 points to Andrew Tibbs now, who's had a best